We're live.
Oh, it's live.
Adam and Jack will now check the channel to see if we're there.
Doing it.
Yeah, Adam might have to check.
We're live.
We're doing it live.
Yes. Shall we all hold up our books at the same time?
Yeah. All right, since we're on my channel, I have to introduce it. Hey guys, welcome to Lucas Green's channel once again with, as you can tell, 3 of the 4 Beast Quest reviews that I know of. And of course, you can see Year Unknown in the chat, I believe. We are finally doing a collaboration with the newest of the Beast Quest reviewers, Jack Griffin, which is ironic for me and Adam because, well, I don't know if Jack knows this, but our last book was Raptex and he was a Griffin. Rat weird. Okay. I guess Raptex was giving a sign or something. Yeah. Anyway, though, so in this video we will be ranking series 1 to 13 as a little update for Jack. And that being said, I'll let the 2 guys here introduce themselves while I sort myself out. So, gentlemen.
Okay, I'll go first then. Hello, my name is Adam. I do the Beast reviews on my channel, and I'm mostly known for the Battle of the Beast tournaments.
Hello, my name is Jack, and I've only posted 2 videos so far, but they're reviews of Beast Quest Series 1 to 2, which this is going to be awkward since I haven't done the rest of these reviews, but I'll do it anyway.
Right then. So, before we start, I'm going to let the guys say how they're ranking their series based on what terms.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, you can go first.
You can go first.
Oh, okay.
I was referring to, like, are you basing it off? I'm ranking it on story or like favoritism or how much I like it.
Okay. I was originally going to be ranking mine by Beast, but then I've got a good thought. So I'm gonna rank it by story and the Beast. So, like, if the Beasts were good and if how they affected the story. So yeah, that's gonna be my ranking. Adam.
Okay, I'll be ranking mine on the Beast perspective. So I think it's kind of fitting that Jack's doing Beast and story because I know that's his ranking story perspective. So we've got a little crossing bridge here.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid. Half Lucas, half Adam.
Bear in mind, you call yourself a hybrid. I'm not taking any responsibility for that.
Okay. Right then. That being said, though, let's get started. And with that, Adam will be okay. It will go. I'll let Adam take the lead, then Jack, and then myself. So, right then. So, if you look at the screen, it's basically right to left or left to right, depending on how you look at this. But that being said, though, Adam, take it away.
Okay, so my least favorite series of series 1 to 13 on Beast perspective is series 4.
Okay.
Now, I know this is a good series story-wise, and I probably should include it on my underrated list. But the thing is, though, all the beasts are known for being terrible. There's none good beasts that stand out apart from Stealth, Nixer to an extent, and Equinus. And for some people watching, Luna. But for me, they all kind of blend into the background, and Stealth is my favourite because he's the finale.
Okay.
Jack?
Okay. Adam, be warned. This is my opinion. But from series 1 to 13, my least favourite is series 5, The Shade of Death.
That's both on a beast. That's both on a beast and story perspective.
Yeah, but as you can see, Coldo is my favourite of series 5. This one, okay. I'm gonna hold it like this. So I pick up. So series 5, I sort of think is basically a repeat of series 1, but this one I feel like the beasts were just a bit duller. Coldo is my favourite because I like how he was captured by the people, and it really showed. And I like how we rescued Tom, but I also like the bear encounter they have earlier in the book. My least favourite is Rock because I feel like he was a bit bland. Hawkeye and Crab are like the mediocre beast. But Adam, I know your favorite out of Series 5 is Amictus. I gave her the next best thing, and I put her second place because camouflaging ability is just great, and Tremor is also good as well. But I like Coldo the best because, like I said, I like how because we never really get to see a beast that gets captured by the people. So yeah, so that's why even though my least favorite Series 5, I don't think any of them are bad, but I just think this is the worst one.
So that's it. Your favorite beast in Series 5 is the beast that gets captured. Okay. Okay. I don't get it.
But it's a good book.
Me and Lucas kind of see it as a sign of weakness when a beast gets captured. But it's interesting to see that you actually kind of like that.
Yeah, and I know that because you don't seem to like Calder that much, Adam.
No, I don't. It's my least favorite of that series. So it's good to see that people actually like Calder.
Hey, Adam. Okay. Adam, by the way, chill.
That was a joke.
No, I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool.
Right, is it your turn then, Lucas?
Let's see. Before we start, the Euro known is in the chat. He says, "Hello, Adam, Lucas, and Jack. Nice to see the final of the 4 Beast Quest reviewers attend in some way." Right then. Of course, to no surprise, I think it's this is most likely to be expected on a story perspective. Series at my 13th spot, to no one's flipping surprise, is all together now. Series 11.
11.
What should be said about Series 11 that makes it bad on a story perspective? Oh, nothing much. Especially it's just a rehash of Series 1. And it's not a good rehash. It's like you'd figure they would get better with, but you can't beat the original in this case. It's for those of you who don't know, Series 11 is basically now the only thing good about Series 11 is cancer, and that's being said. But basically, Evil Witch, who is imprisoned by the Avantians, is banished to another kingdom with another bunch of people. That's a weird thing, first of all. Like, why would you banish the witch to a kingdom of innocent people where she can do more destruction? That's a bit dickish on Avantian. But then again, when you see the Council of Wizards or whatever in Series 12 or 11, they kind of are dicks because of who runs the place, and Adam knows who runs the place at the time. Anyway, though, Darkside says, "Oh, thank you." I just, okay, we get, thank you, Darkside.
Oh God, I just saw Darkside.
Yeah, right then. So as for the elements, the weakness, of course, is strongly the beasts, and of course, for Adam's perspective, that could really tone it down a peg, especially Tarek.
What would you say is your favorite beast of Series 11?
My favorite beast of Series 11, well, I would need to look at them all because I think Flamar comes to mind because of the cool design.
I thought yours was going to be Serpio because it killed Silver in the old generation tournament.
We didn't talk about that. That doesn't happen. That didn't exist.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that was over.
First and second of all, spoiler alert for Jack. You just spoiled it.
I'll be honest though. I didn't really watch any of the old Battle of the Beasts. I've almost finished the specials generation, and I want to get on to the new generation before we get to the old generation.
Well,
you just spoiled your episode.
But it doesn't matter because I know Torpix wins.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, of course you know it wins.
Yeah. With the old generation, Lucas is fully aware that he hates one of my favourite fights of that series because of the results of it.
Well, don't worry, you made up for it with Warlock, so I'm fine.
I stand by that choice.
Yes, I stand by it too. You did well in Slytherin. Moving on. But yeah, like I said, Series 11, bad beast, most of all. They're mostly just repeats and weaker versions of, well, I don't know if they're weaker, but they're just rehashes of Series 1 designs in a weird way. And then, of course, you've got her plot is basically to get these 6 stooges, which is what I'll call them, into Avantia to do destruction on Avantia, some sort of lightning portal or whatever. I'm like, it's really not that interesting. I've seen bigger stakes, more interesting plots. It's just this new age, as you call it, is kind of a shaft, really. So it's understandable why, surprise, why Series 11 remains in the doghouse. No offense, Adam.
Okay.
Moving. Anyway, moving on. We are now on to the 12th spot. Adam, go for it.
Okay, this may come as a bit of a surprise to both of you, but I spoke very bad things about it earlier today, and that's season 6. 12th place is season 6. World of Chaos.
Oh, you just kissed Vespic in the ass. Wow.
I'm sorry, but the thing is, I do not care for this season. The only good shining star from it is Vespic. She's still my girl, though. Vespic is my girl. You can't change that. But the first 3 beasts are just giant animals: a Komodo dragon, a rat, and a bat. And then Merc and Terror. One's a tree, one's a living swamp. It's Shrek. Shrek.
Is that the Swamp Man?
Yeah, it is the Swamp Man.
Yeah, it's more like the Bogeyman or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the Bogeyman with a fire on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact is, though, they all are kind of forgettable or just boring in design. And like I said, the only shining star is Vespic. And that's why she's my favourite of the series, not because she was at one point my favourite book.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but mainly season 6 because it's just a bad series of beats. Moving on.
Okay. 12th place. It's a bit weird because 12th place is series 12, The Darkest Hour.
Haha, I'm happy to see that. Oh boy.
Yeah, I know you are.
So, when I saw Adam's review and Lucas's review of this series, I was like, wow, doesn't this look good? I can't wait to read this. First book, Solak, decent. Karjin. I get to Karjin. This is one dull book. I don't know. I still don't know why I think Solak's my least favorite, but Solak and Karjin are the weak links. It's really is okay. And this is something I want to point out. In the book, they mentioned the lost 7th beast of Gwildor, Kaikron the One-Eyed Tiger. Kenza takes the fang from the boneyard, runs away with it. I think she dies in series 19. I may be wrong, but she never does anything with it. Wouldn't it have been cool to see in a special? I actually really would have liked to see it. A bit like Spyros. It really is okay. Vigrash and Merca. Merca I was going to put ahead of Vigrash. Vigrash is a griffin, and Adam did make a good point. It's a bit dark. So in second place, Merca was decent actually, and Karma. There was one bit in the 8th set of Beasts which it normally shows you a picture. Cause I know Adam has this. They show you like the cover picture, and then it shows you like a black and white picture from the book. When I saw the picture for Karma, it freaked me out because this is really creepy as well. And like the villain at the end, I believe Jezrin. Am I right, Jezrin?
Yeah, it's Jezrin.
He's okay, honestly. We don't really get to, but mostly we get to see his wickedness mostly when we get to series 13. So yeah, so I put this one ahead though, was because I did actually used to like this series, but then I've come to be like, this is an okay series, honestly. So yeah, Karma, the Faceless Beast is my favorite, and yeah, so series 12, The Darkest Hour is 12th place. And that's it.
And now onto my spot. That's at number 12 is, well, Jack's gonna smile. He just showed it, The Darkest Hour.
Wait, what?
I'm not joking. According to my whiteboard, it is The Darkest Hour.
Really?
Yeah, and most of it is none of you said. The story, like The Darkest Hour, is supposed to be some sort of. I would expect the series to be called The Darkest Hour, the stakes to be extremely high with the kingdom shattering and all that, but nope, doesn't feel like that. The stakes never felt to me like I never felt in once that level of threat, like compared to like an exploding planet or something like that. I never felt like this was the darkest it got. It just felt like another, yeah, the kingdoms were closing in, but no one ever felt that fear for their lives.
I mean, sorry. I mean, it is a children's series.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Also, the fact that there is one good thing about the series, and that is on a Beast perspective, which I'm sure was why Adam hasn't said anything yet. I know it's that, and that is, of course, these are the first 6 beasts, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that are the solely independent and have their own ideals and grudges, and they're not like we don't have a master, we have our own ideals, right, Adam? We could be wrong with that.
Thinking. Give me time. Thinking.
I mean,
I think because season 10 are knights and they did their own thing, but at the end of the day, they come from the same place.
I thought they were under mind control. I could be wrong with that.
Yeah, they were awoken by Malvel. So I guess you could say they're Malvel's knights.
Yeah, there's also a person who's actually read this more recently than us. So
yeah, they are. So I will say, like you said, Big Rash is shit. But there is, of course, one good thing on the story element. Why that's a good thing? That's because she's the first beast, I believe, that hints to Tom that hey, your Tom was kind of not as good as you thought he was, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there is that to you.
Something I want to mention about Isrilia, whilst we are on the topic of season 12. No, it's not my next spot, by the way.
That's fine.
You mentioned the 7th beast of Gwildor. I believe at one point in that book, Tom was actually standing on the remains of that beast. So unless we have a magic villain who revives this beast back, then chances are we may not get the special. But I would love to see it. And better yet, have a media fight it instead of Tom.
Overall, I'd say that Series 12, the stakes didn't feel as high as anticipated. I felt let down. Both Kensa and Sampeo were reduced to Team Rocket level villains and working for Jezrin. And it basically felt like a Giovanni setup, didn't it? Guy sits on chair, 2 lackeys go after each one, fail, hijinks ensue, blah, blah, blah. And they blast off again and all that stuff. Yeah.
And they end off again.
So, for Adam, he would like that stuff. But anyway, though, me and Jack clearly don't like this series on a story and level and all that. So,
I mean, it's okay, but like compared to the others,
well, I was expecting more from this series, and it failed me on that part. So, only thing great about this series are like 2 things. One is, well, he's not the best, but it led to him being better, Jezrin. And the second thing is, of course, the first beasts that are independent and have their own grudges, and proof that Taladon has a bit more. I like that he's a more flawed character, and he's like the person, awesome, good father figure. I like that. I appreciate it. Anyway, though, we'll now move on to our number 11 spot.
The 11th place for me is I'm sorry, year unknown, but it's actually season 3. Yeah.
That was all about that. It was just we all saw it coming.
Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately for season 3, the 3 beasts, Torgor, Score, and Tusk, are not the greatest beasts. They are easily surpassed by beasts that are similar or plastic copies of them, which are a lot better later on in the series. So we got Minos or Ravkor for Torgor, Score, literally any beast with wings, and Tusk, Crotax. You'll learn about Crotax in season 23, Jack.
I've already saw your review. I've already saw your review, Adam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure Jack wouldn't watch the review. Yeah. I'm assuming he'd get the books first and then watch the review.
I don't really care, honestly, but he does sound better than Tusk.
He does sound better.
He looks better.
Yeah, he does. Naga is obviously my favorite of the series. He's been my favorite since I did the original review on it. For the very same reason, he had a very brutal death. Caiman is now my second favorite of the series, though, due to the ability to being able to split into 3, and each being as strong as the other, as well as being one of the few beasts that actually injured Silver severely, where he had to be withdrawn from the rest of the quest. And well, Sting, come on, most unique beasts being the only human I think that transformed into a beast but didn't get changed back. I also started that trend of people or animals turning into beasts. So
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I mentioned everything in my earlier video today. It's just very overrated. I don't think it deserves the popularity it has. It has a small cult following, but it doesn't deserve it. Not a lot.
Hang on, let me just check some. Yeah. Just checking something. Okay. Right, shall I get into mine then?
Yeah.
Okay. Bit weird. 11th place is Series 6, The World of Chaos. Now, I'll be honest, my opinion is just a little bit different. Komodo, least favourite. I'll never get. The abilities, in my opinion, are just bland. Didn't really make sense when it fell off the cliff, didn't die, but then died. I don't know if reptiles can survive in cold areas, but you might clarify. But I was like, wouldn't he just die in the icy desert? I don't get that.
He died of.
Would he? Yeah. Muro is actually. I'm just gonna say Muro's 4th place actually. I think the thing where he has his own army of rats, it was actually pretty okay. Fang used to be my favorite, but he's my 2nd favorite now. Because I think Tom using his hearing and how he can make his victims go blind when he flaps his wings, and he's near them is pretty good. Merc and Terra, I put Merc 3rd place, Terra 4th place, and Vespic. Great fight in the air, like at the final battle. I liked the fight in the castle, and I liked how all the enemies, like you had the miners from Fang, the man from Merc. They all gathered in the village. They were there at the village. All the enemies Tom and Elaine had made along the way were there. And also in Merc, they had their one argument. Like Tom and Elaine never really argue, but they had a short argument. Yeah, but this is just great. This is a great book. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, great book.
Okay.
Never mind the whole series, even though this is meant to be ranking of the series, but okay.
Ignore
Moving on.
Oh, damn it.
Let's see. Number 11. Some of you may know what it is based on a story level. I'm sure Adam knows what's coming too. Number 11 is the Warlock Staff.
Right, see ya. Right, see ya.
Adam, come on, you knew this was going to be here. You knew the bad points of Series 11.
Wait. Is this Series 9?
Yeah, Series 9 the Warlock Staff.
Oh,
let's
Warlock
Series
Staff.
11.
Oh, okay.
Warlock Staff, yeah.
That's why.
Adam, you know there are bad points. Ursus, Koraka. Mine was kind of light to it too.
What happened?
Koraka, good piece.
Koraka's not a good. No, it's not.
No, you don't like Koraka for a very small plot hole that happened in Minos.
We don't talk about. Yeah, tell it to your Beast Quest review or whatever that was involving Koraka.
You hate Series 9 over a gift basket.
Anyway, my thoughts. Your answers I agree, Lucas. Haha, there, see? The rise of the revolution. Thank you, Yerno. Okay, series is kind of bland and boring, yeah. Malvo is desperate for power because he's been beaten so many times by Tom, no surprise. He goes on this secret, this is some bullshit because apparently there's, oh, Tom, we have been keeping this secret from you, and there's this other land of great power you must go to, and we didn't tell you about it before because I don't know. It's not really a good explanation. Anyway, though, he goes there, tails after him, and this is, I would say, this is the series where the Petra turned henchman becomes an ally kind of thing starts, I believe.
Hang on, I'll be back. I'm just gonna do something real quick. I'll be back.
Shall I carry on?
Yeah, carry on.
Right then. So this is where the Petra change begins. That's one positive, I suppose. And of course, the strongest positive in this whole series, to Nam's no surprise, is Torpix. Actually, no, that's the second. I take it back. It's the second strongest because to me, personally, Silver is better. But what? The second strongest thing is Torpix, and the first strongest thing for me is Silver. Bram still says yay.
Yeah, Silver and Torpix are both great beasts, if you ask me.
Because you get like that temptation of darkness from Silver finally. Because it's the first time we ever see. We'll get it later. This is like the first thing for the fans what we get, where Silver himself becomes one of the beasts, and that is our first fan happiness there. And it gives Ellen a development. I've explained why it's the high point of Series 9, in my opinion, with the finale being almost just as good in my opinion, Ursula, but it's still great at end. I believe Malva gets defeated by trapped in the Eternal Flame.
I think he gets trapped in the Eternal Flame.
Yes, he does. As for Spikeman's okay. I feel like the first half kind of screwed it over. But yeah, I would say, like I said, the strong points, of course, are Petra's. This is the beginning of Petra's change from villain to quote unquote ally. The strongest point for me, of course, like I said, is Silver having one of our major first good character turned to darkness, which will be a foreshadowing for Series 4 at this point. And of course, Torpix at the end, great. As well, Spikeman's okay. Spikeman's okay. He's not. Ooh, that's good. It's more like he's okay. He's above it. It's the first half that screws us over. Ursus, Minos, and Karaka. Once you get past that, it's a smooth ride. Hi, Peter. Hello. Yep, up to chat. Marvel will get power. Tom tried to defeat the old man. Wow. Anyway. So that being said, we shall now move on to our number 10 spots. Off you go, Adam.
Okay, 10th place. I'm sorry, Jack. It's season 2.
Fine, your opinion. Just say it. Just get on with it.
Don't worry, Adam. We understand this is solely on a beast perspective.
Yes. Solely on a perspective. Claw is absolute trash. This is not an opinion. This is 100%. Zephyr is not much good, but I actually do like Zephyr for different reasons. It's not to do with the beast, which I can't talk about. So hopefully someone does that for me. Vipera and Arachnid are just okay. Unfortunately, they just kind of blended into the background, being compared to other spider and snake beasts, respectively. And Sultra, obviously the best of the season, in my opinion, because of the Medusa ability plus the Siren kind of crossover. Actually, no, it's a Gorgon, not Medusa. Plus a bunch of other stuff. Plus of how well she actually did in Battle of the Beast, being the last season 2 beast left, and I think the only one to make it through to round 2. And Trillion was at one point my favorite of the series, but after realizing it's just a regular lion with 2 extra heads, Sultra. Yeah, unfortunately, just kind of it's just overshadowed by tons of beasts which aren't really worth reading, in my opinion, because they're just boring for their claw. So, moving on before we make any more enemies.
Well, Year Unknown has put you down a peg.
Yeah, I understand Year Unknown doesn't like Sultra. I understand the reason as well. Interesting to see the other half, I guess.
Okay. Now, we've had these 3 so far. This is where we start to get into the more interesting series, which includes Series 9. So, Lucas will like that and Adam will like that. So, you may wonder why I put this so far. 10th place is Series 11, The New Age, with my favourite being Brutus, the Hound of Horror. Now, as you said, a lot of people don't really like Series 11.
Really? I would never guess.
Because they say it's a copy. But here's why I don't think it's that bad. One, now Tarok is my least favorite, but I could switch him with Elko anytime. which is it's a bit sad seeing as he was made from the blood of Sepron, and Sepron's my favorite of Series 1. Brutus, my favorite. I like how he has an army of hounds out, and he can turn into like this fog, which we never like on dog beasts actually. We don't really get to see most of them much, and we don't get to see that ability much. I mean, we do get to see Canis, but only good thing about Series 16. But anyway, Flamar is okay, I'll be honest. I like how she takes the form of Kenza. Serbian is my second favorite. Pretty good beast. And Tauron, third place. I don't care. A lot of people say he doesn't really use his wings. He does only use them once, but it's only in the prologue. But I think he wasn't that bad. But Brutus, I think, is always going to stay my favorite. He's a great beast, and I like. This is just great. I love the end with the forge and how he dives into the forge and he burns up basically. But these beasts aren't that bad. I mean, I haven't said Series 1, so at least I'm putting Series 1 higher than Series 11. So you've got to give me some credit. Right, but that's it.
Oh, I'm surprised there's someone out there that actually likes Series 11, honestly.
Yes, compared to all 4 of the Beast Quest reviewers in this that we know of, you're the only one who seems to tolerate it more than us.
I mean, it's okay. When is it? It's in
If it helps, we need someone to like Series 11.
Pose.
I will say that. I wasn't aware that Brutus can turn himself into fog.
Yeah, he can. I think you even said that in your review, Adam. I think you did. I think you did. And he even does this. Even on his collector's card, it says that he can.
I have the collector's card as well, but I don't know where it is. So
see, it says here, Brutus has the ability to fade into a stinking fog to protect himself from attack. I think, but I do think from the book it does say that he can like turn into the fog.
Well, I think Brutus has a good ability. Peace.
Now for my number 10 spot. Number 10 is the Pirate King.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Adam's not surprised that I put Pirate King here because he knows it's not the best, really, is it?
No, not the best.
Not.
Yeah, you'll have to wait and see. Pirate King's very interesting.
Don't give me these vibes where it's going to be flipping high on your list, and I was going to be ticked off about that probably. Anyway, though, Pirate King. Yeah, this is not a good series. It's just you figure after all these big adventures Tom had prior to this, especially wasn't the last one bigger stakes? Like he was in another Kingdom of Malva, and it felt a bit more intense and dangerous.
Yeah, it also had.
Yeah, I would say.
Anyway, though, in this series, it's just a bumbling pirate with his lackeys, and he goes along from each. I don't really understand how he has this much power. Like, he has this flying ship. He has his army crew. He's got the Tree of Life that he's going after, so he can make his. What's the whole his plan? It was exactly.
I think it was just so he could use it to go to other realms and as a pirate just ransack it, like steal all the gold and basically just, as Adam once put in his review, to become filthy rich. So I think his plan was just to go to other realms and just pillage.
Of course, I mean, money. Yeah, I mean he's a pirate, so what did you expect?
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to be that guy, but it's not called the Tree of Life. It's called the Tree of Being.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Oh yeah, the Tree of Life or something else. Thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Hang on.
Okay.
As you can see, you're known as the one who likes this series the most. I'm not sure how much he likes it compared to us, but he likes it. Lucky us.
I mean, I like Series 8, but that's because I like it on a different perspective to Lucas. I agree the story is trash.
Yeah, but these aren't good either, Adam. Torno, Bloodbore, I think there's a few more.
Oh, we're going to have some problems, you and me, here. We'll just...
I mean, I know Balisk is cool. What's the second one?
Goron, Jaws of Death.
Yeah, he's okay.
You know, the walking death machine?
Hecton's okay. Cronus? Okay, he's the best one.
Cronus?
That's the high point.
That's the Vulture.
But
He's got laser beams coming out of his eyes.
okay, 2 out of 6. There are still 2. Some are mediocre and some were. Well, the best ones being Coron and Cronus, but he's left by for K, are pretty good. But yeah, I would say overall it's a disappointment because the villain basically at one point mind controls the wizard Adaro, and then he's like, oh, I've got the dual powers of the belt, and he rarely uses them in the finale fight, which is kind of disappointing. And he gets to be like some sort of Looney Tunes villain, this big, oh, fell over on this rubble, you can take me away now. It's just kind of lacking, really. But overall, you can see why, compared to previous quests that we've had with bigger stakes, I was expecting more than just some sort of greedy pirate. Or at least, if you're going to do a pirate, at least make him more an intriguing villain that his treasure was something more. It was more than greed. I wanted a pirate that was more than just the greedy cliche. But we didn't get that, so. Anyway.
Year Unknown says Coron equals death and destruction. The walking death machine.
Yeah. Guys, bit awkward. I've got to leave. I didn't plan this, I promise, but I have to go to bed. I didn't plan this, I promise, but like, this is awkward because we're not finished.
No, we're not. We still have 9 left.
So what we can do, if you like, we can end the stream now and continue another day, or we can finish up us and you record as a separate video for yourself if you like. We don't mind. It's up to you.
Could we do a part 2?
Yeah, I've got no problem.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
I do have a phone call tomorrow with Jessica, but I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I'm not available for weeks, so.
Saturday would be alright. If
I can't. Yeah, I can't do Saturday.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh. What days are you guys free?
I'll keep you guys updated because I'm working the rest of the week.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
No, yeah. All right, Jack. You go off and head off, and I'll end this off as a part 1.
Okay.
You go.
Yeah.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye, Jack.
All right. Bye. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that's all for, as you can tell by Jack's departure, this is it for part 1. It looks like we're doing this in multiple parts, which I suppose is a good thing because it saves my throat from getting too heated up. So thank you guys for watching, and you'll be intrigued to see how our little ranking continues on in part 2. Thank you, Adam, for being me for this video. I actually am happy that we got to doing this because I didn't expect you to do it today. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And Year Unknown, I am, again, like I said, I do feel bad for leaving you out because it would have been so awesome to have all 4 Beast Quest reviewers here. Don't you agree, Adam?
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, it would have been very awesome and very, very crowded. But it would be interesting. Yeah, Year Unknown. Let's see if we can arrange a stream with us, if you like.
That'd be something. If we could get all 4 of us somehow, that'd be awesome. Hopefully sometime in the future. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. It means a lot to all of us. And if you've left a like on this video, we also do appreciate it as well. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, from me and Adam.
Peace.
We're live. Time to check the channel.
All right.
So we are appearing live, guys. I'm just going to check. I'm addressing the audience, by the way, to see if we're there. Yeah, we're there. You got it? You see it?
Yep, it says we're live.
Yeah.
Indeed, we are.
Yeah.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to collaboration part 2 of the ranking of the original series of Beast Quest series 1 to 13, the old era. As you can tell, first things first, this was, if you continued on from part 1, you know, hey, there's 4 of you now. That's because Year Unknown, we decided to add him to make the fans happy and like complete the quad. All 4 that you know of the main Beast Quest reviewers are here, surprisingly enough. So, of course, with that being said, I'll let the boys introduce themselves.
Someone else go first.
Okay, I'll go
Anyone,
first.
please.
Okay.
I need to listen on my phone for the live stream because I can't actually hear what you guys are saying right now.
Oh, okay, Adam.
So, hey guys. The second oldest of everyone here, and also the second oldest Beast Quest YouTuber. and I'm having serious technical difficulties at the moment.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Welcome.
Okay. Hello, I'm Jack. I like Beast Quest. I've only posted 2 videos so far, but I'm big fans of these guys, and yeah, that's me.
All right, I am Year Unknown, or Unknown for short, not a Pokemon reference, just unknown. And you guys probably know me for how I rant a lot about Beast Quest. I promise I won't rant that much.
Okay.
So, for those of you who are continuing on, as you were aware in part 1, we had me, Jack, and Adam have done ours. Like we did our first 4 spots. So You're Unknown has to catch up. So he'll be going first for his first few spots of the first 4. So whatever his bottom 13 is, whatever his bottom 12 is, whatever his bottom 11 is, and whatever his bottom 10 is, he'll be saying those. And then after he's done those 4, we'll be doing. After he's done his 4, we'll go to Jack, then Adam, then yours truly. Hello, Darkside, by the way. So that being said, You're Unknown, it's all on yours. What is your number 13?
My number 13 is Series 6, The World of Chaos, with the representative being my favourite, Komodo the Lizard King.
Okay.
Now, I like the idea of the World of Chaos, with the blood red sky, just like Gorgonia, which, if you didn't know, Series 3. And also how time is set up and the free. I thought that was very interesting. And the land of Chaonia is, in my aesthetically pleasing. But the beasts, in my opinion, aren't that good. If you've watched my ranking all the beasts from Series 1 to 25 Part 1, you would know that Muro, Merc, and Terra made it on to that bottom ranking. Which, yeah, isn't a good sign. I do like Vespic, but I'm sorry, Adam, she is kind of a rip-off of Amictus. Fang has a rip-off Krytor, but I actually think Krytor is better. And I've actually forgotten. I don't remember whether it was you, Lucas, or you, Adam, who preferred Komodo, but in my opinion, I prefer Komodo to Convol. Yeah, I just prefer Komodo dragons to regular lizards. But the story was good. Half the beasts were okay, and the other half quite bad. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be done with this because I don't have much to say other than ranting about that series.
Yeah.
Alright, so my number placement 12 is Series 4, The Amulet of Avantia. Now, in my opinion, this series has better beasts than Series 6, but a worse idea. But since I'm ranking this based on the beasts in the series, and not really the story that much, that's what I'm taking into account. And the representative is Luna the Moonwolf, which is my favourite of that series. Now, Series 4, as I said, is a worse idea than Series 6, but with better beasts. Now, those better beasts, in my opinion, are Blaze, Luna, Stealth, and Nixa. Even though I don't think that highly of Nixa, she's better than the other two. Inquidus and Rashid. But I noticed that I'm very much a person of artwork in Beast Quest. Now, I'm just gonna find a page where it properly shows. I'm not much of a fan for this artwork. And both Inquidus, Luna, and Blaze had that artwork, which is a major hit against it. And I also thought them returning Taladon to the realm of the living was kind of a bit pointless, because he never really appears again until he gets killed in Tecton. So, yeah. Kind of found this series a bit pointless, and coming off of series 3, yeah, definitely bad. Next is my 11th placement with series 9, the Warlock Staff, with the representative being Silver the Wild Terror. Now, other than Lynax, Hunter of the Peaks, I think that's who it is, which is from series 25. She's the only good wolf. Well, no, she's a good wolf. Every wolf beast is good. But why do all of the wolf beasts come from bad series? I generally want to know this. Like, they all seem to come from bad series, in my opinion. Now, the Warlock Staff definitely had a very good story, superior to both series 6 and series 4. And the Batch of Beasts were actually generally good, but there was backstory missing. Now, I haven't read series 9 in a long time, but you don't really get to know that much about the Eternal Flame and the Land of Sephra. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't read it in like over 2 years. But because of that missing backstory, it's just not what I was looking for. If it had better backstory, it would have been a whole lot better. And probably would have been one of my favourite series. And also, it suffered from bad artwork, like the others. And sorry I'm hogging the spotlight. I do believe I have one more thing to catch up on, is that correct?
Yeah, 10th place, I believe.
Okay, and that is number 11, well, placement 10 from Series 11, the New Age, with the representative being Serpio the Slithering Shadow. Now, I think it's pretty self-explanatory about why I don't like Series 11. Kenza is just not good. Sampo is a whole lot better, and we'll get to Sampo at some point. But I'll explain why I prefer Sampo to Kenza once I get to Series 8. But most of the beasts were bad. I mean, Elko and Tarok were okay. Brutus was good. Serpio is amazing. And Tauron I really didn't like. And just thinking about it, the beasts weren't actually that bad. But the story and the plot were horrible. I did not like it. And that really hurts the series, in my opinion, and that's why it's my 10th place. So I'm gonna let you guys get on with yours for a bit now.
So I think he's caught up now, isn't he? Has he done each 4 series that he was supposed to do?
Yeah, he's just did his 10th place now.
Right then. Before we carry on though and move on to you, Jack, I just want to address the chat, of course. Welcome,
Okay.
I think that's Ella Wilkinson, which is Jessica's sister. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ella. Adam, I see you did something there about your technical difficulty stuff. There is a guy in the chat putting VN dot, which most of the time that shows this is just a spam user. So if you want to get rid of him, feel free to. Donna, yes, year unknown. Yeah, that person agrees with you. And no, there we go, some sort of chat. But then let's carry on. So we just chat. I think now he's done 10. We're at 9 spot now on all of us, right?
Okay.
Right.
Then.
I'm just asking to be confirmed. Right then. So Jack, on you.
Okay. Just before we do, I just want to say you're unknown. Bit of a coincidence, but 10th place is also series 11 for me. 11. Anyway, 9th place. Oh, he's left.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, I'll wait till he comes back, and then I'll say my 9th place.
Okay.
And this one's an interesting.
He's back already. He's back already.
Okay.
Got
right.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
carry on, Jack.
Okay. 9th place is Series 4, The Amulet of Avantia. Now, Series 4, a lot of people don't really seem to like. However, here's why I don't think it's that bad, honestly. One, I agree with Year Unknown because Nixa is my least favorite of series 4. I think she was not really a good starting book to hook the reader. Equinus, great book. He's my second favorite. Rashuk, he's okay. I like the ability how he can use his claws. One swipe can turn people to stone. Luna is actually third place in my opinion. I think she was really good. And I like the ability how she can mind control the animals of the forest to do her bidding. Blaze, originally I was going to put Blaze 5th place, but then I had a good think. And then he's actually 4th place. And still, how he can turn people to evil with a swipe of his claws. And just the fight in the city was just really good. On the story-wise, I can agree. What was the point of bringing back Taladon? And he does appear throughout the books. But it just proves that Tom will do a quest just to help his dead father come back to life. But I really feel like this series should get just a bit more respect, honestly. Because when you look into the beasts a bit more, they're not half bad. Also, I just want to say my list may have changed since part 1. So some spots may be different. Anyway.
That would be Adam next. Hopefully he's not lagging.
Stealth the ghost.
So we wait for Adam now to give his number 9 spot.
I am very badly lagging. What's up there? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Are you a bit behind?
Okay, so at least everyone can hear me. My number 9 spot is Series 11, with my favourite beast being Serpio. So at least me and you Unknown get along with something with favourite beasts from that series. Nice.
Yeah.
I only put this as my favourite beast just to spite Lucas. That's the main reason anyway. So boss, but the beasts here, Elko and Tarek, are not worth mentioning because they're not great beasts and they never will be. Brutus and Serpio are the best, clearly, and Tauron is third favourite for me because I like my centaurs. Flamar, I have nothing special to say because, in my opinion, she's the most forgettable one. But I put Series 11 in 9th place because, in my opinion, I get the designs are a bit more unique than the story, let's say, because this is a blatant off of Series 1. So I think it's worth mentioning. Good beast, bad story. Kind of. Moving on before I start repeating myself.
Okay.
Right. And that just leaves me at number 9 now. Before I carry on, though, I will say this. I am debating to switch Warlock Staff and my number 10, which was... Did I mention my 10 spot?
Yeah, you did. It was Pirate King.
Yeah.
It was Pirate King.
It was Pirate King. So I may swap those because I do like Warlock Staff because of Silver and Torpix and all that stuff. So I might swap it. So what I'll do. So yeah, Warlock Staff is above Pirate King, and Pirate King is where Warlock Staff was. So 11 was Pirate King and 10 was Warlock Staff now. That's the only change I'll be making though. Number 9 on my list is The Lost World. Right. So this one was interesting for me because it just came off of a 2-parter series that was pretty big. It had great stakes in it, where you had the Malva and Power of a Kingdom, and of course Tom has to go on a quest once again after he's been pretty much exhausted from this big epic quest with Velmal and stuff to get his mum back. And I do like it. It does show a bit of development for Freya. She likes to, even though those actions weren't her fault, she likes to make up for amends by helping train a hero to rise and build up. It is fun. It is a fun ride. I do enjoy the story. It's a good. It feels very redemptive, and it has a good weight on its shoulders. It does feel very warm and welcome. The stakes are high. It feels much more of a threat compared to Series 12. And overall, I enjoyed it with a nice charm. It had a nice warm feeling for the heroes, and the stakes were well high. And it was nice to see Malvo again after all that happened. Let's just look at the chat real quick. Dark Side, yep, favorite. Up to the chat. Just adjusting more people that came in by, and people do agree with Adam on some notes. All right then. So that being said, we can now move back on to Year Unknown with the number 8 spot.
Okay, so my number 8 is 13, the Warriors with Skirix, the Forest Demon. Now, I just want to say I love the idea of the Warriors Run, but as I said when we were backstage, I base everything off beasts, and Series 13 had rather forgettable beasts, Skirix being the most memorable in my opinion, with the second most memorable being Cobra. But yeah, in my opinion, Tara, Slivka, Linka, and Vermok aren't that memorable, and I've forgotten a lot about them, to be honest. And while I do love the idea, when I don't remember over like 75% of the series, that does hurt the series. But yeah, good premise, forgettable beast, and overall a good series, but forgettable.
Gotta get my step again. Okay.
All right, Jack, I think you're up next.
Okay. Right. 8th place now, I believe. 8th place?
That's right.
I think it is. 8th place. We've got to go back. Series 1, where it all began. Now, Series 1, I had to put high because it's the first series. If this series wasn't here, we wouldn't have Beast Quest. And fun fact, this was originally going to be 9th place, so Series 4 would have been higher, but then I've had a thought. Nanook is trash because half a chapter-long fight is just disappointing. If you thought Furno's fight was sure being 1 chapter long, Nanook is half a chapter. The abilities, I think, is the best thing about her, but the design is a bit dull as well. Furno, even though when I did my review, he is 5th place. Design, I'll be honest, really good. Abilities good. The fight was the only real thing that was a letdown. Arcta, now I know, Adam, you don't seem to like Arcta that much. I've had a bit of a change of heart because Furno, I'd say, has the better design, but Arcta had the longer fight. And how he was in danger as well as Tom when they were hanging off the cliff of the mountains was pretty good. Taggers, even though the design and abilities are a bit dull, the story when Tom was in jail, when he supposedly started a wildfire on the field, and just how he's thrown in jail and he has to basically make a jail escape, break out of prison. Epos, a beautiful beast with a great finale to the series, and of course, my favourite being Sepron, because like I said in my review, I like water beasts. Except for Zephyr so far. But Sepron's my favourite. Story how Tom was in danger because of drowning, not only because of Sepron. But like I said, I really don't like how later on in the series, Sepron starts getting a bit more useless, which I'm really sad about, honestly. But ability is okay, fight and design pretty good. But Series 1, I had to put it high because it's the first series, and for a first series, it's a great one. So yeah, Series 1.
That will be Adam next.
Okay, I heard that part, so at least I'm not completely going in blind here. So my number is the most overrated series in my opinion, Series 12. With my favourite beast being Merca the Ice Horse, and it was going to be Kamar, but because of Battle of the Beast, Merca did the best in Series 12, and I grew some fondness for the Ice Horse, which makes no sense with fire mix of ice. I put this in a towards the middle. It's a guessable balance in my opinion. I had to rewatch my reviews, reread the books, and watch Lucas's book reviews just to know what these are. I don't remember anything positive coming from them apart from Vespic's wing appearing in Vigrash's fight. That's when I had an addiction to Vespic. Rock, Amictus, and Crab make an appearance in the early season. Merca, I don't even know what beast appeared, and Kamar, I believe, was in the cave and she died by sunlight. Yeah, they're all forgettable in my opinion, and the last two, Merca and Kamar, the only stars met. But season 12, overrated in my opinion.
I don't think any beast appeared in Vigrash, Merca, or Kamar. I think it was just for the first one because they were set in Gwildor, where Freya could call on the beast.
Yeah.
But the other three was set in Chaonia, so they couldn't really do that.
Yeah, I know Vigrash didn't have any beasts in, but it had a Spick swinging. That's what I remembered it for. That's the only memorable thing for Vigrash.
Yeah.
Right then, I'm up next with my next spot. I'm now at number 8, aren't I? 8, right?
Yeah.
Number 8 is, well, before we get to that though, the chat I'll just address real quick to make sure I'm up to date because I don't want to ignore everyone. I know some people have popped in. By the way, we've got another. Wilkinson seems to be a popular name because Emma Wilkinson just popped in now. Either this is Jessica's sister or there's just so happens to be 3 people with that name today. Okay.
My cousin.
Let's see. Darkseid's taking care of the chat. I know there's a lot of people who are supporting Year Unknown here. Like they say they follow him, so I'm either they're subscribed to you or they're agreeing with your opinion.
Sorry.
Good. We've got some kind words to Jack there from Deborah and Donna, and Republican says great so far for everyone. It's nice to hear that all you guys are appreciating our thoughts and all that. And also Year Unknown is a great addition, and I would say all around we're equally as good as each other. So now it's time for my number 8 spot. Number 8 is the Dark Realm. Right. So the Dark Realm is now after series 1 and 2. I would say it wasn't, to me anyway. Obviously, it wasn't as good as the first 2. Not really. So it did take a bit of a toll. I mean, it did have good beasts. It did. Torgor being my fine. Score was great, and it was nice to see Seth getting back into play as a henchman for Malbel until his, well, you know, that into character. And if you've seen the specials, which I'm sure you guys have, more development for his sister, who disappears and we never see again. And it's like that's a missed opportunity. Kevin says you're all amazing. Great review so far. Thank you. We appreciate it. But yeah, I would say this series, and it was another fetch quest for Tom where he has to get all these jewels and gets a jewel belt, and it was a tragic tale of seeing Seth going to be turned into a monster by Malvol's hand. So it was nice. It was really awesome to do that. So overall, I think that was a good stepping stone. I think it's a good spot to put series 3, The Dark Realm, at number 8 on my list. So that being said, we'll move on now to number 7. All right, Year Unknown, the floor is yours.
My number 7 is Series 10, Master of the Beasts, with the representative being Voltrex, the 2-headed octopus. Now, much like with, I think it was, Series 6, love the concept of Series 10, but the way it executed it was very poor, and the beasts were also very poor, in my opinion. Nocturne was okay. Shamani, in my opinion, kind of bad. Lustor was good. Voltrex is great. Tecton is bad, in my opinion, and was okay. But most of them aren't that good. I like the way the beast changed from the Knights of Fortune to of course the beast. But yeah, kind of just falls short. But this is the last series that falls short. So I will pass the review on to Jack.
Okay. So 7th place. Year Unknown. I did my best to put it as far ahead as possible, and I'm just gonna say this series is a decent one. But my first place, Adam and Lucas, you and maybe yourself, you might be surprised because 7th place is Series 3, The Dark Realm, with Tusk the Mighty Mammoth as my favourite.
Well, I know
I'll
Adam's
agree.
gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll agree Torgor is the worst of the series. Because, just a minor tour, the fight was okay, but Tagus was a bit useless. Although, the fight with Trillian did just happen, so you can't really blame him. Score I really like the ability how he has thick hide and any weapon can just literally bounce off, unlike Trillian's thick hide, is good. And I like the whistle, how they use the whistle to like calm him down. Naga is 5th place, but I think the design was intimidating. I'm probably missing out on 1 or 2 abilities of Naga, which I'm forgetting. But I think the final blow was a bit weak. How it lasted around all 6 seconds and just strangled them. Caiman is a great book. In fact, it's probably 2nd place. Although Nanook is once again useless. Could have at least wrestled with her. You have to agree. And Sting. Even though he's 4th, if I had to do a ranking, he'd be 4th place. I like how it's set, but it's something I don't get. Sting's guarding Arcta, the biggest of all, and he even says in the 8th set of beasts, bigger than all the beasts up to Scalamander in Series 24, and of the good beasts. Why get Seth to guard him though, Sting? Good. Because if Arcta breaks out, he can swat or stamp Sting as if he was a fly. And I'll never get. I get like how these duels help Tom in future quests, but they were already there before he defeats them. So that means Malvern might have placed them there. Why is he basically giving Tom power? He's giving him abilities basically. And Gorgonia is interesting, but Sting was pretty good. I do wish we could have an explanation of where he went after he slipped out, because we never really get to see him again, honestly. But Tusk, I might as well talk. I've got a good explanation. Tusk, poisonous Tusk, good to see a mammoth beast, and I love how the rebels and Tom worked together, and it was literally like a cave like tribe chucking spears and all sorts of weapons at this giant mammoth beast. But I do think the fight was good, and I mean, her duel is pretty important as well. And I was saying, when I was saying for the story, it was decent. And if I had to, would I read this again? Yeah. So 8th place is The Dark Realm, and my favorite is Tusk the Mighty Mammoth.
Okay, I believe it's my. Yeah, I believe it's my turn now. So my 7th place, the midpoint of the ranking for me, is where it all began, Series 1. So obviously my favourite is Epos, the Flamebird. 2nd, Inferno, and 3rd is Septim, as they are only good beasts from that series, in my opinion. Nanook is trash. Arcta was, I know some people in this group likes Arcta. My opinion never changes on it. Whilst I admit the fight was good though. Tagus, well, Year Unknown said it best. In Trillian and Torgor, he's just there just to be a punching bag. While his fight was good in the book, nothing else redeemable about him. Epos is my favourite of this series because he's Phoenix. I love Phoenix. And the power. But with everything else out of the way, this is just a memorable batch of beasts. None of them are forgettable because, well, Series 1, like Jack said, we will be where we are today without Series 1, how it was. So before I repeat myself again, moving on to Lucas's 7th place.
Number 7 is The World of Chaos. Right then. Although, World of Chaos, I believe this is the series of Best Pick, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, it is. Right then. So this one was good. It was a nice follow-up to Series 5. So, like, you have to go and rescue his mother from Belmau, but also discover about the Queen is sick. You need to go and find ingredients for a potion, and you can only get them off each of these specific. I don't know. Was it parts of each piece, or was it like they were guarding specific pieces of the puzzle? Because I knew Terra had like a leaf on it, and then you had to get some, I think, apart from Vespic or something.
Yeah. I think they weren't really guarding. I think they were just planted on the beast. So Komodo, you had to get like some cacti, just literally some cacti. He wasn't guarding. Miura had like a giant fat ring, like circle ring around his tail. Fang, I've forgotten what Fang was guarding. Merc had some like weeds or something. Terra was the white flower that he had on top of him, and Vespic was her wing. So yeah.
Right. So some had parts of the body, some were like holding items or guarding items.
Yeah.
But overall, I'd say it was a very interesting story to go from where you had Tom exhausted from one battle and he had to go after get his mum, which makes him a bit reckless. I could feel like I was so weak to get my mother back and I've got to go and get her, and you can make him a bit reckless and make wrong decisions. And he's going to go and fight Velma, and enemy he doesn't know much about. And then, of course, you have to go on the Specs quest to go and heal the Queen. It is like very hard. I would say it's like multiple paths to take and multiple decisions were made. But overall, it gave us a pretty well-rounded series, and it was very entertaining at certain parts. So I really enjoyed it. And that being said, guys, let's move on to number 6 on our list. So, all right, then, you're unknown, do your thing.
All right, so my number 6 is Series 8, the Hurricane with the Hurricane Dragon as representative. Now, like I said when I was talking about Series 11, Stampo, he's an absolute idiot. I think we can agree on that. He's an idiot. But he's the fun type of idiot. Person you watching a movie that's really dumb and only there for comedic relief, but it actually works. I have to admit, Sampo is far more interesting in this series, while he does become a comic relief character later on. But, yeah, his beats are amazing. Balisk, great. Coron, as I said in the last death. Hecton,
Yeah.
I don't like. To be honest, I hate Hecton. It's just ugly. And it hurts animals. I'm glad it died at some point. Torno is amazing. Cronus is amazing. And again, I hate Blood Ball. It's just a ball that even though I like Quago, Dom, and Beetle, a whole lot than Blood Ball did. So a great series, in my opinion. Amazing beast. And
let me check something.
So yep, I'm going to be passing on the role to Jack now.
Okay. 6th place is Series 7, The Lost World. Now, in my opinion, The Lost World is pretty good. And this is the last quest for the continuous quest. Because if you put it together, this whole quest has started since Series 5 to Series 7. So in total, Tom's for 18 beasts. So, Convol, I actually think was pretty good. I'd say he's better than Helion. And I hate to say, but I do think he's a bit better than Elic. Helion, he's not bad, but I'd say he's the worst of the series because his demise was just all he did was fall into a lake. Crestor is 3rd place for me. I really enjoyed Crestor. Like his ability, how he can use his head as like a battering ram. Madara is 2nd place. I love her ability, how her like fur can turn it like have a glass covering on it. Elic is okay. It's an electric eel. Carnivora is a great one. The abilities are great, and the final battles are really good. And for the story, I like how Freya stayed behind to train this overweight guard to become Tavania's master of the beasts. For Tavania, because it's the twin of Avantia, I think it'd be pretty good. And if Avantia wasn't available, I'd live there. I don't know. The twist how Freya and Silver get left in Tavania, I think was pretty good. How Silver, you could say in a way not dying way, sacrificed himself so that Tom Delaney can get back to Avantia. But Carnivora is a great beast with her abilities and a great finale. So Series 7, The Lost World, I think is unique. So yeah.
Okay, Adam.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. My turn. Hopefully, I can hear myself. Okay. It's interesting that Year Unknown actually put Series 8 in 6th place because that's the same for me. The only difference is my favourite is Balisk. In my opinion, what is the most underrated beast of this series. To Sanpeo, this was his beast. To me, his strongest beast because it may have done the best in Battle of the Beasts. Not biased. But Battle of the Beasts is where my affinity for Balisk actually grew. And now we're at Series 8 because of his abilities to be able to split into two forms, one that could fly, one that could swim. Coron, as I often refer to him as the walking death machine, I don't need to explain any more apart from he's the second best series. Hexen, I agree with you, Year Unknown. I don't really like for the same reason as you. He's cruel and animals and absorbs them into his coat or cloak, let's say. Torno, unfortunately, is my least favorite of the series. So no there. But I do like the fact he is light as a feather, though. Cronus, beams from the eyes, Vulture. What can I say? Great. Was at one point my favorite of the series. Bloodbore, terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, Series 8, bad story, like Lucas said in part 1, but great beast in my opinion. None of terrible, just 2, just not very good. But yeah, moving on.
Right then, my number 6 spot is the Amulet of Avantia. Overall, I would say this is a good. You can see why it would be a bit higher up because, of course, it's the introduction to Taladon. We finally get to see Tom's actual father figure and seeing what happened to him. It's a nice revelation to Tom as he goes on a quest to go and bring his father back together again by restoring his spirit by finding the pieces of the amulet. And this is like I would say this is the first one where we learn that Tom is a greater warrior than his father because he beat a beast that his father couldn't beat. So that's development for the character as well. And I think each of some beasts didn't get these beasts aren't like. Yes, Jack.
I wasn't gonna say something. I was just saying.
Okay. I was just about to say. But yeah, like I said though, Luna and Blaze are a bit in the background. I wouldn't say they still show. Rashuk is a middle ground. He does have a good ability with turning creatures to stone and stuff like that. But of course, he's the trolls. So what you gonna do? They're not the most intimidating of creatures. Aquinas and Nixo seem to have the most. They seem like the most useful because like one's faster and the other one is like a shapeshifter, so there's potential there. They all. I don't know. Adam will say if they gave him a challenge or not. But I would say it was pretty good for what it was worth. I think stealth is obviously the biggest problem of all. But overall, I'd say, well, the beast may be lacking in some parts. The story gave a lot of weight to it and pushed it through on the good element. And that being said, we shall move along to our number 5 spot on the. We're coming down to the crunch line.
Yeah.
So that being said,
Top
you're
5.
now it's all you.
Top 5.
Oh, well, this is actually my number 6, probably because I was a number behind.
Number behind. Were we?
Yeah, I am.
Wait, did you do?
I have 6 books.
Did you do 9th place? I don't think you did 9th. Well.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Placed.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I actually noticed that, but I thought like you would have like just carried on. I did actually notice that you did. I was like,
so that book was a stealth, Donna. Adam's
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
I don't want to be like I was noting it down the entire time. So
Thank you. So I believe everyone else got in order. So the only one who skipped one was Year Unknown then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say, Lucas?
Is the only one who skipped a spot on the ranking was Year Unknown then?
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my 6th place is the Darkest Hour with the being bigger as the Clawed Eagle. Now, I'm
I
sorry,
can agree there.
so in your opinion, I don't think The Darkest Hour is actually that overrated. I've watched quite a lot of reviews, and nobody actually seems to notice this. So I actually think it's quite an underrated series. But it has an amazing batch of beasts. Again, differing with my opinion. Solak and Karjin are some of my favorite. Some of my favorite. Israelia is the worst of the lizard beasts, in my opinion. Vigrash I love, and is the only griffin, like you said in, like one of you said in part 1, is the only griffin killed the one in series 7.
Oh yeah, Raptex.
Yeah, Raptex. I forgot its name, so I haven't read series 27 yet.
Okay.
But yeah, in my opinion, series 12 I loved, and first time since series 3 where I actually felt scared for the characters' lives. I mean, it's a children's book series; they're not going to die, but when you have that certain element of fear, it's hard to get rid of. But yeah, this was the first time in a long time I felt scared for the characters, and also Caiman is terrifying. Solak is quite scary. I mean, I think they swapped with geek powers with overall trying to be frightening. And to be honest, I think that works in the series' favor. So on to you, Jack.
Okay, I just want to say, because I'm recording this on my phone. My phone, it just said it's on 20%. So what I'm just going to do quickly, I'm just going to go to the nearest charger. I'll still do it, but I'll just be on my bed if that's okay. So I'm just going to move quickly. Okay? Okay, I think this works. I'm going to have to put the light over there.
Jack's in the dark realm.
You could say that again. Okay, I might. Oh yeah. This might have to do. Okay. I might have to hold it or just. Yeah, that'll do. Hang on, almost there.
Well, Donna just said that your mic is low, year unknown. She's asking me to do something about it, but I think it's not really my technical issue to do that.
Yeah, I'm just turning up the sound of the iPad currently.
Right.
Well, I don't really know how that works my mic, but who knows? Maybe it's the position my iPad's in.
All right,
Well,
Jack,
I'm
go for it.
Okay. We're now at the top 5, 5th place. It's a bit weird because of the sign. Year unknown. Wasn't your favorite series 9? I just spoiled. Silver.
Yeah, my favorite all series 9 was Silver.
Lucas.
Likewise.
Yours is Silver, isn't it? Well, Adam's gonna like it. Yeah. Well, Adam's gonna like this. I agree with him. Series 9, the Warlock Staff, 5th place. Torpix, the Twisting Serpent. So, Series 9, I think, is very underrated. The beasts are actually pretty good. I can see Adam's a bit excited.
Excited.
I have to agree. Sorry, it's just really good.
That's okay.
Even though he may seem like the weakest, I actually really like Ursus. And there's one ability that I don't think any of you mentioned. And he said this in the A to Z of Beast. I don't know if it counts as an ability, but he can apparently smell the fear of his victims. Yeah. Karaka is 5th place for me. It was a great fight to the sky, but I don't feel like it was like worth giving a high ranking. But I do feel like the abilities were probably the weakest point about Karaka. Minos, I think, is actually very underrated. The design is unique, being the 50th Beast Quest book. The fight was actually okay, actually, and the abilities were decent, although that's probably the weakest thing about it, minus. Silver, second place for me. Great how we get to see, like Tom and Elena were mostly Elena's faithful companion, being turned into a beast. And you can really feel like it's really dark when Elena ends up in Silver's mouth, and they've got to do this to save their friend. But I like how he calls on. I mean, a normal wolf could probably do this, but I like how he calls on an army of wolves, like a pack of wolves at the beginning. Spike Finn, great book, great water beast. I think third place. Love the house scene where they're going. Final fight was a bit weak, but Spike Finn I think was pretty good. So yeah, Silver's pretty good. Also when Elena was in Silver's mouth. And it was so like depending, they had to do this, or Silver was going to be a beast forever. And Silver's been their companion for like 8 quests now. Actually, no, 7 because of Series 8. Torpix, Guardian of the Eternal Flame, great beast with its abilities and how Tom thought he killed Torpix. I like at the beginning how Torpix ate Malville, but of course Malville did survive. That happens later. But Torpix is a great beast. Design's pretty great. I haven't read Falcor yet, but I do look forward to it because he does look interesting. So yeah, I think Torpix is just a great beast and is the best of Series 9, the Warlock staff. So yeah, that's 5th place.
Okay, Adam.
Okay, my 5th place. Get ready to laugh, guys. Series 9.
Okay.
I am over the moon that someone else likes Series 9. I'm not saying Lucas and Unknown don't. I'm just saying Jack likes it just as much as I do. The beasts are brilliant, and Torpix is obviously my favourite, hence why I was so excited when you shown it. Silver is second best. No competition there, to be fair. Spikefin is third for me. Like you said, Jack, on a fight is weaker than House chapter because it's closing with a very open water beast.
Yeah.
Unlike you though, Jack, I love Karaka's final fight. In my beast view, I gave it a 10 out of 10. First 10, and Karaka is 4th place for that. Second, for me is Minos. Nothing much to say about Minos apart from I think it was not the best book to be the 50th book, but a worthy one. Ursus, obviously my least favourite. Nothing much to say apart from I'm not the giant bear. Torpix, obviously my favourite, and the Eternal Flame, the only proper beast on Sarah, and also the champion. To sum them all up, I think it's a good batch of beasts, and as it was on my underrated list, 4th place, I believe, I thought, hey, it's definitely one of my favourites, because Torpix, Silver, and Spikefin especially pull it up a lot for me. So, yeah, that's 5th for me. Lucas with 5th place.
Before that, though, of course, we're playing with the chat real quick. Well, Roarington Steve says hi, Deborah. Yep, welcome to the chat. Show Lisa Gamer, welcome. And of course, hey everyone, what series is Chronicles of Antia in?
I think that's like a separate series of books, honestly.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Without reading any other Beast Quest books, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, it's like the past. It more focuses on Tanner, the first master of the beasts,
Yeah.
and his adventures with 3 other beast riders.
There you go then. Right then, now onto my number 5 spot, and this one's probably expected to be high, and of course, to no one's surprise, Warriors Road. Well, of course, no surprise to be up this high, as it's basically in the story, for those you don't know, at the end of it was like a setup. I think Dejan set this up like in a way because he wasn't a villain earlier on. I don't think it was. How do I put this? He was still a manipulative character, but he wasn't he's kind of like Frollo at the time. Like he's not fully people have like figured him out as evil. It's like he's still like pulling the string. So he did this tricky quest when he tries to trick the hero into yeah, no problem, Roington. Trick the hero into going onto this quest where he has to earn his golden armor. Was it the golden armor powers back? I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was because back to the beast title. So yeah, he had to go on that quest to get his powers back. And of course, at the end, we lost. We just lost Urine. Hopefully, he'll be back soon.
Okay. Can I just?
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it was the golden armor. I think the point of Series 13 was that Tom just went on it to like keep his title of Master of the Beast. So if he lost, he wouldn't be Master of the Beast anymore.
Right.
That's the same as Series. They had the same story, hence why I'm not
Series 18.
Series 18.
Oh yeah, Series 18.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit different because Series 13 is more of a trial, which is why Series 18 is called the flipping trial of heroes because it's not really a trial at all. While Series 18 is a competition for the title. Series 13 is more of a trial thing. You've got to earn the title. Series 18 was more of a competition thing. But anyway, though, this was done just to it's a manipulative way to try and get Tom. By the way, someone's mic is picking up static. I don't know whose it is. So overall, though, I would say it was nice to see manipulative strategy on Jessam's part as he went on the heroes, building up to the beat, and it all came up to Vermok. When Vermok showed up, that's when it got interesting. We saw Tanner weakened, frail, vulnerable, and it got grimmer and grimmer until we actually see Koba himself. And this was probably like the first. After this, Beast will do this thing more often where they make these OP beasts where they are very difficult to beat. And Koba was, I believe, the first OP level beast to come across. I mean, there are other ones like Kyrax and Ratchet and all that. Now, to be fair, the specials did come before this, but not counting the specials when it comes to the main series, Koba was the first of them. So the stakes were pretty high, and I really enjoyed it. And it was that hint of that temptation of darkness to Tom himself, which we foreshadowing once again, Series 24. So overall, great series, and we just lost Adam now, so hopefully he'll come back soon. And with that being said, we shall move now on to our number 4 spot. Right then, that'd be Jack. Not Jack. You're your first.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the fact that like on in the video, I pressed the wrong button and left. It was a bit clumsy on my part, but because I missed because I forgot to do 13 to 9. Is the original series with the Hunt. Now, Jack, don't get too excited. That point is one, but hard time having Ferno or either representative. I just picked Step because it's very close to being my favorite. So good words I picked Step. Now, at Series 1, I feel like a great series, but off whether it's bad, whether it's worse. In my opinion, Series 1 is sort of the standard, base every other series off it. But it was amazing. Pegasus Doctor, I not like, and I don't think Anarch is an utter garbage, and of course, further in my opinion. I really love Series 1, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's getting into these.
Just before we move on, guys, I will think it's best to address this because so you can hear this noise too. Someone's mic does have static, and I think it might be Year Unknown's because we couldn't barely. I could barely make out what Year Unknown was saying at that point. So I think Year
Oh,
Unknown
yeah,
is going to
yeah,
annoy
I made that out as well.
Unless it's
Yeah,
someone else.
I thought static, but it's not me.
But it's not mine, I can say that. So, and I don't think it's Jack. So Year Unknown, you may want to leave and come back.
Yeah, okay, I'll come back.
Okay.
That fixes it.
I will stay just to tell you what.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it in a second.
Oh.
Look, it's gone. It was Year Unknown. I was right.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's still there. It must be Jack.
Thing is, though, I'm worried if I leave, I might not be able to get back on. I'm a bit.
That's the problem, isn't it? Well, now at least we know where the. At least now we know where it's coming from. I feel bad now. We just. Joey, he'll be back. As in, Year Unknown will be back. We just have to verify who the source was coming from. Of course, Jack's up next, so hopefully the static won't affect him too much. I do apologize to everyone who can't make out what I'm saying. But if anyone else got what Year Unknown was saying out of that static.
Okay, I think what I heard. Oh, it stopped. Oh, okay. I think it started again. I think what he said was why I heard the words amazing. Oh yeah, why I think he does like Series 1, and his favorite was Sepron, and he thinks it's amazing.
Right, I'm back with my camera in a different.
All right.
Did the noise stop when I left?
No, it's still bothering us.
Yeah.
It was.
Right then, we best push on then. Jack, you're up next. Despite the noise, we'll try and cope with it.
Okay. I think it's only because I'm not talking. I don't know why. Anyway. 4th place is Series 8, The Pirate King, with my favourite being Koron, Jaws of Death. Now, in my opinion, The Pirate King is a great series. It's very underrated. Koron is my favourite because it's a tiger with a scorpion. And I love where Tom's riding Tagus into battle and Sampeo's riding Koron, whilst Tom and Sampeo are with their swords giving it. Tagus and Koron are just having their own battle below them, and it's freaking awesome how we have the lead actually riding on the beast, which is pretty cool. Balisk is a decent starter, though I do think what I don't get is it's weird how Tom called Sepron to go and basically take care of the pirates while they they deal with Balisk. Wouldn't it have made more sense if they'd gone for the pirates? Sepron had gone for Balisk. He gets injured. He goes out to deal with the pirates because he's just got that bit of strength. Tom and Elena go just do some damage to Balisk. When it looks like all hope is gone for our heroes, Sepron would come in, bite his teeth down onto the water Balisk. The sky Balisk would come down. He'd throw, and when he bites down, he snaps the water Balisk's spine. He chucks it in the air with his mouth. It hits the water Balisk, and they go back into one form. And because of the damage, because of the spine, they die. So I feel like that would have made more sense instead of just having Koron take care of the pirates. Hecton, I think, is really creepy. And no offense, Year Unknown, because you said he was ugly. But I'm not trying to be mean, but isn't that really what beasts are meant to do? Aren't they meant to be ugly and ferocious to, intimidate the reader?
That's what I agree on, yeah.
Yeah, but the way he shows, children and... Yeah. I can't hear him. No. And the way he literally can get children and animals, he wears a coat and the ox head on top of him and the trident. His cloak made of humans and animals. Can you imagine Hector in like a horror movie? That would be horrifying. Torno is the least favorite because it didn't really make sense why he didn't just fly back up when he fell down when the tree being. Cronus, now I'm not really a big fan of Cronus actually, because yeah, it's a giant vulture and it's got lasers. But I have one thing to say. Why is there lasers in like Beast Quest? I'm gonna guess takes place in like medieval times when knights and all that are there. Why are there lasers, bro? I don't think they'd even know what lasers are. And I feel like Cronus would have been more better if he appeared in. I know there's another series called Team Hero that would probably take that Adam Blade has written called Team Hero. I feel like he'd fit more better in there. And Blood Bowl, in my opinion, is actually pretty decent. Actually, I actually was okay with Blood Bowl, and I think Sampaio overall, he's a pretty good villain. And I've just finished reading Series 16, so how he gets locked up at the end and how Kenza leaves him is brutal. It's just betraying him. And by the way, this could swap with third place. This was originally going to be third place, but then I've had a shift. So yeah, so fourth place is Series 8, the Pirate King.
To answer that question about lasers, first of all, my excuse for that is that we have to buy the fact that series. By the way, hopefully you guys can hear me, right?
I can hear you a bit.
You can hear me a bit.
Yeah, but it literally stopped when I started talking.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can.
We can hear you a bit. Yeah, I think we can make you out. We can make you out.
All right. Let's see. I believe the laser thing. Right. That my explanation is that Beast Quest takes place in an alternate universe, so that we can get away with, the laser beams. So that's my theory on that part. But yeah, we're now moving on to Adam's turn. I don't know how good this is on the live stream, so I will be checking. Now, I do apologize to Don. I know the sound issues are bad. I really do. No, I don't know what the cause is. I think it might be my end. I really don't know. But until we know the source. Yeah. So, maybe though, like I said, that's my theory. Moving on to Adam.
Okay, with the sounds coming up, because I'm hearing you guys. My fourth place is going to be Series 10. Just flat out say, there's no beast that's terrible in this season. Scylla's obviously my, and that's because, like the hot tub wings, I have a fondness for flying beasts, and Lustor and Voltrex, whilst they are great, unfortunately, because of how I did in my Battle of the Beasts tournament, I have a bit of love for her. Texan and Shamani, I don't think much of, and no offense to you, Unknown, I personally prefer Morax over Texan. Shamani, least favourite of the series, unfortunately, and Doomskull, I expected so much more, and he kind of let me down there. But yeah, I like the whole thing about the Knights of Forton and all the Knights turned into different beasts. But nothing much else to say about the beasts here, apart from they all look great. I just prefer the first one over the last one. Moving on.
What? What did you say, you're Unknown?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what you said, but okay. Still enjoying the rules despite the interference. Good job. Yeah, I am really sorry, guys. We don't know what's causing it. If you guys have any theories on what it is, feel free to put in the comments down below, and we'll hear what you have to say. Goodbye, Ella Wilson. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I'm sure the rest of us here as well. And now for my number 4 spot, and of course, no surprise. Well, to me anyway, no surprise. My number 4 spot is the Master of the Beasts. Well, so Adam might share something, I suppose. Of course, this will be very high on people's reasons for a story perspective, because this is Tom's first big battle where he, quote unquote, well, in quotes, defeats Malvel. Well, technically, Inferno did, but you know, it led up to he defeated him as much as you can for a hero to. So it all led up well. The whole series went off well because this was the series that is where we lost Taladon, and it was well built up to the Knights of Forton having these transformational beasts that are mind controlled by Malvel, who supposedly are his best. To be fair, according to this, Series 4 was his best beasts, and then later on, he never says his best beasts until we get Series 21, which is his next batch of his most powerful beasts. And we'll just get Jack back right there. There we go.
Oh.
So hopefully the lag's gone. I don't know if it's
Okay,
okay.
something. Yeah, we have to get him.
Yeah, the lag showed up again.
I made a room.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah,
Jack,
that's better. The crack in the microphone isn't there now.
Yeah, it's gone. So it was Jack. I was right. But yeah. So like I was saying though, good series. Had well-rounded development for Tom. Noctilla was a good start. Shamani was kind of a bit of a lag down. It built up back end with Lustor. Voltrex was an interesting design because one of the things I love about Beast Quest is they provide creatures you wouldn't expect to see. Normally, oh, that's a lizard, that's a giant shark. But you don't expect to see a two-headed octopus or creative ideas like that. And the next one right after is an armadillo type thing. And sorry, you're known, with all due respect, I do understand, yes, Tecton did kill Taladon. But I feel like while Morax, he did prove Tom quite a challenge. And if you saw Battle of the Beast, you know how well he did. So I do not want to underestimate Morax any more than you do. But I respect your opinion on I'd say. Overall, though, Series 10, Master of the Beast was a phenomenal. If this was the last series of Beast Quest, I would have been satisfied. And I'm sure you guys would have been too if Series 10 was the last.
Oh. Okay, can I just say something, Lucas?
Go for it.
Was your fourth place Series 10?
Yeah, why?
Okay, because I didn't really hear you do much of the review because I had to go back in because it said something to do with the Wi-Fi, so I just went back in. So
you didn't miss much. But yeah, that's my fault.
Okay.
We are now on our number 3, the top 3 now.
Top 3.
All right, then you're now do your thing.
After Adam talked about Series 10, I definitely think Doomskull was very disappointing. And I'm sorry, Lucas, but I would definitely not be satisfied if Series 10 would be the final. I would actually be very disappointed.
Might be okay.
But moving on to my number 4 is Series 2 with the representative being Vipro Snake.
The Snake Man. Okay, Series 2.
Yeah.
Series
1 and Series 2 are so close, in my opinion. But I think Series 2 had a better story.
Agree.
And the Golden Armor is some of the most overpowered things I know of in book history. Now I read a lot of books. Like half of the wall is made up of books. But yeah, the Golden Armor is definitely powered, and I just love that the fight was Claw's fight was okay, and Claw is generally okay. I know Adam hates Claw with a fiery passion. Sultra, in my opinion, is absolute garbage. As I said in part 1 in the comments. Vipro, I love to bits. I love snakes. And a two-headed snake is double the trouble. And they made it double. Yeah. Arachnid.
Okay.
The like for a spider, which most people are scared of spiders, I don't think it was that scary on the front cover. But when you actually look at the pictures in the book, it gets a lot scarier. Trillion, while unique, is just a three-headed lion. So I'm sorry, Jack, but I don't really see the appeal in Trillion.
Okay.
But yeah, an amazing story with a great batch of beast. Sultra. But other than that, I will pass the stage to Jack because I'm done with reviewing series 2.
Okay. Right. Third place. Now if part 1 had continued, third place would have been the Pirate King. But having a good thing, I had to give a bit of a swap. So third place is the Warriors Road Series 13. Now, for the final 6-book series, I'd say this one was pretty good. Skuric and Targro, I think, were disappointments. However, Targro, I think, like the betrayal of the people in the snow area was pretty good. Slivk, Vermark wasn't really appealing. Granted, we do get to see Tanner, but honestly, I feel like Vermark was probably... He's better than Targro and Skuric, but yeah. Linka and Slivka are really good books. Linka with her stinger and Slivka, the lizard, having the ability to walk on lava and not really feel the pain is pretty good. And of course, Cobra, Goal of the Shadow. I like how since Linka, he's been disguised as this man who we don't really know much about, who's some, like, I believe I think he did help them in Vermark, I think, maybe? I don't know, but I think he helped them at one time. How he's been disguising himself as a future Tom, when all the time it's been Cobra. But I do like in the prologue how instead of seeing like someone else encounter it, we get to see a flashback to Jezrin when he was younger and how he encountered Cobra. How the fight took place through the whole book, if you didn't know, I like fights that take place during the whole book. Cobra's abilities were great. The final scene where Tom's evil, and eventually, I'll be honest, I didn't really like. I forgot how Jezrin, does Jezrin die or does he just disappear?
He
I believe he.
It's in series 19, which is spoiler.
Alright, I've heard good reviews about that series, but Cobra, easily the best piece, and this is a really great read. For the final 6-book series, I'd say this one is a great one, and I enjoyed reading it. And we could say farewell to the 6-book series.
Adam?
Okay. I'm guessing it's my turn now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My third place. Okay. I was originally going to swap second place, but I'm going to stick to my original list. And third place is Series 5, The Shade of Death. So my favourite is Amictus the Bug Queen, and as you can tell, Jack, I was a bit disappointed to see Series 5 as your last place, but bygones will be bygones. I will forgive you.
But I did put Amictus second place, though.
Yeah, I know you put Amictus second place. However, that does not save me from putting Koldo last place. Tremor for me is my second place. Easily the best piece in the series, in my opinion. Being able to travel underground, trap people in stand trap, and as I said in my review, Silver trap first. My third favorite is Hawkeye because even though I believe Year Unknown said this, Hawkeye is considered an ugly beast to Alina. Well, until Series 16 where she contradicts herself, which I found hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Honestly, I think Hawkeye is one of the most beautiful bug related beasts. how brutal she was in my tournament made me kind of like her and appreciate her more. Crab, one of the best stars of the old, in my opinion, and was not the best water beast. Gave Tom the ability to breathe underwater temporarily. The pearl, but he had to give it back. Rock, I don't really care for Rock, but Rock is definitely one of the best beasts to appear in a tournament I've done. Colder, I do not care for. I think it's a sign of weakness for beasts to get captured, and of course the mixers, well, camouflage. That's pretty much all I need to say. And also, I really want this beast to do better in the upcoming tournament that I'm doing, and hopefully she doesn't die in the first round. But with that being said, moving on to Lucas's third place.
Wow, this is interesting. Recently, it did swap around. Number 3 is the original series. Right. So this is it. The original series comes in at number 3. This was originally going to be my number 2 spot, but of course I decided to switch it around because of recent complications. So, with that being said, it's a very good starting series. You've got, of course, this is, regardless, some of us will easily have a lot of respect for it, even if we don't like it, because it's the one that brought us all into the franchise. Whoever you don't like it, or you can't really have respect for this series at all, because if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't be here in the first place. Purno is a great dragon, very iconic, and he's probably the most developed of the 6. Because he's the most that hangs out with Tom and beats a lot of the villains too. And then of course you've got the second beast Saffron. Of course Adam loves the smile on the cover there, I know that. And he is a great beast. Very good in design, how he blends into the watery background. Art is pretty much there. There's nothing much to him really that really stands out. Same goes with Nano. Which I guess is okay for a Centaur and of course Ethos. I'm not going to say a lot, but Adam knows we have a lot of respect for Apples, especially recently. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, of course, we introduced the Malavel for the first time, who's a very effective villain, and I do like it ends where he doesn't defeat him because it's just the beginning, and it sets up. It's a very nostalgic, and I would love to see the original series done as a TV show or movie in some way. That'd be really great. So that being said, we shall now move on to our number. Okay, we're now moving on to number 2. So that means if you all pay attention, whenever we guys reveal our number 2, we know exactly what your number 1 is. So it all comes down to number 2 and the deciding factor. Year unknown reveal.
Well, of course, this is number 3 again. With number 3, this is actually the first time I've needed to look at my notes. But number 2 and number 3 switch around constantly. In my they switch around every minute. It's number 2 is better than 3. Number 3 is better than number 2. But without further ado, 3, my third favorite series of series 1 to 30 is series 5, The Shade of Death, with Trevor the Earth Lord as its representative. Now, Adam, our opinion is pretty much around with Trevor favorite and Victor's being the second favorite. But I'm sorry when I say this. In my opinion, Hawkeye and Colder are absolute garbage. And Hawk is decent, Crab is good, and Memphis and Trevor are in my top 10. I love them. While Varmel is probably one of the least interesting villains of Beast Quest, he does seem to be one of the strongest, which I appreciate him giving Tom a hard time. But the later villains seem to be really easy. Except for the latest villain, I'm not series 7, I haven't read it yet. But the villain, what his name was from series 25 and series 6, I found him actually quite difficult. for the.
His name began with a Z, didn't it? Zang something.
Yeah, Zargon.
That's it.
Yeah, Freya, Paladon. Kind of forgettable. I do
Zargon.
like Freya
Zargon.
compared to Paladon. Yeah, I love Series 5 because of the story and having two of my favorite beasts, Trevor actually being my second favorite of all time. So I will let Jack take the stage.
Oh yeah. You even said that in like I believe part 1, when you did Ronak, and you were like, apart from one brief image, where's Tremor? My boy Tremor. So I can see that you really like Tremor. Right.
Yep.
If you've been keeping track, my top 2. This one I had to take a really look at, and I mean, I just had to do it. Second place is Series 10, Master of the Beasts. Now, a really good title to the final of the old generation, because it, like we know, Series 11 is the new start of the new generation. So great title. Voltrex is of course my favorite, and if I can find a picture, we really get a sense of how powerful Voltrex really is when he froze Sepron, the sea serpent. He froze. Okay, it's not in a picture. When he froze Sepron, grabs him with the tentacles, chucks him onto the beach, and it's a matter of life and death for Sepron, because if he doesn't get back in the water, he's going to die. And it made me feel sorry, because if you didn't know, Sepron is actually the youngest of the good beasts. Noctilla, whilst being 5th place for me, I feel like the ability where his tar wings was really good. Tagus was okay in it, and how they thought Noctilla got crushed by a tree. Shimani, now here's the thing about Shimani. Yes, I agree Arcta was useless in Shimani. I am actually okay with Shimani. I like the amber claws, how anything he touches will be hot, and if let's say he swipes at Tom's arm, that will start, it will be piping hot. But I also like the Knights of Fortuna. I keep forgetting to forget. And how the different abilities with Noctilla the White Knight, Shimani the Black Knight, Lustor the Red Knight, Tecton the White Knight, and Doomskull the Gold Knight. Lustor, I will agree with Adam when he says, since Elena was trapped and her arrows don't do anything to Lustor, why didn't Lustor go for Tom when he had free space to move around and go for Elena? It's really weird, honestly. But Lustor is still good, and Shimani's okay. Tecton, I hate. I don't really like Tecton. Abilities and design is unique, but I really feel sad when he killed off Taladon, honestly. Because Taladon I actually really like. If you'd kill Taladon, let's say, here's 2 things I'd want. Either don't kill Taladon at all, or kill him, I wouldn't say in the next series, but a few series later. And I don't care if it seems like a lot. I just picked one randomly, just Series 19, just get Stritor to burn him up or something. And Doomskull is actually 2nd place, because I like the golden daggers and the finale with all the knights in the night form come to challenge Malvo, which is a bit weird, and how Taladon's ghost supposedly gives Tom his sword. Doomskull probably has the best design of the whole of Series 10. Yeah, even though the fight was 1 chapter long and really short, was disappointing. But I'd say, when Tom supposedly got knighted Master of the Beasts title, I'd say it was pretty good, and Voltrex, of course, being my favourite, being the 2-headed octopus. And I also like the tokens as well. So yeah, I really feel like it was good, and it also dived into Avantia's history a bit more, because we don't really get to see much of the history, because so far we haven't been to Avantia since Series 14, I believe. I don't know when Avantia appears next in the series, so I don't know. But Series 10 is great series. So yeah, second place, Master of the Beasts. So yeah.
Okay then, Adam.
Okay. My second place. Let me turn the volume on this live stream so I don't hear my own voice because I don't like my own voice. My second place. For me, I knew I'd make it number one because that'd be the two obvious choice. And after thinking of a logical reason why I would have it not number one, I decided Series 13 is a rightful second place. Now, for me, unfortunately, Targro are very football. Whilst I kind of like I can't remember anything about him or her. I don't even remember the gender, apart from he or she can walk on lava as fire resistant scales.
Oh, yeah, I think it was
That's
he,
all I
I believe.
remember. Skurek has been a standout for me with the whole abducting the children kind of thing. And Linker, obviously my second favourite. Bird Beast, can't go wrong. That's a poisonous sting at the end. And a mix of a scorpion and a bird. Vermont, basically a naked rat and a beast that looks ugly, but rightfully should look ugly. And I don't have a problem with this beast actually seems like a beast. And of course, Cobra being my favourite. Like, I think it was Jack said, Cobra's fight is the entire book, which honestly I adore. And a long fight equals a good score, and I believe we got a 10 for the fight. So, yeah, worthy beast. So I got to take advantage of its and shapeshifting, changing in Battle of the Beast, which I think made some great battles. So, yeah, Cobra's my favourite Series 13, and Series 13 second place.
And now we come to, of course, my second spot. And to be fair, at this point, everybody knows what number one is. Which we'll get to. So number two is, of course, no surprise, Series 2, the Golden Armor, which, of course, you know what that means. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But the Golden Armor, great series that it is. Very adventurous serial, it feels very expansive like something you see in a TV show. It's like normally you come across and instead of having the villain do another plan of get more power, the villain's trying to stop the hero from getting more powerful by taking the golden arm and scattering it all across the kingdom, and it comes up with another fetch quest. Well, this is actually this is the first fetch quest for Tom. Now you could argue that the shield's a fetch quest, but that was more like a reward. This one actually feels more like a fetch quest to get the pieces of the golden arm and see its remarkable powers. So it felt more exciting to see what powers we're going to get, more than it did the shield one, in my personal opinion. And of course, Zephyr is not really the strongest point, but of course the story helps pull it through. Then of course you get to the next one, which would be, where is it at? Oh yeah, that piece, Monkey That Deserves to Die. And my big thing there, which I did mention to Adam, yeah, that is true. Claw should not be able to wear that chainmail. He is not pure of heart. He is an evil beast. It was established from the pilot that they're evil beasts, but he should be able to wear the chainmail. And of all the pieces of the armor, it's the chainmail you give him. Inner strength of heart. Whatever. Anyway, though, number two, the despite that territorial nature, is oh yeah. I'm sorry, you're known, but Adam and I will agree. We have strong defense on Sultra, and we've justified this in Adam's Beast Quest battle videos, so I don't need to say much. But at story levels, it proves a great threat to Tom. It's on his birthday, he gets a unique item, the compass. It's error involved in personal matters. Beast Quest related, it is one of the best. You know, respect your opinion, but I feel like the stats way outdo you on this one. So it is arguably probably the highlight of Series 2. The book right after that was by Peril. Again, I will agree with this. By Peril is underrated. It is. It is a great book. I did enjoy it. It was a bit lacking in certain parts, but I've grown to like it more over time. Then, of course, with Arachnid King Quest, that was a great book too. And then ending of it for line, Tom deserved a break. And just when you thought it could get worse, it ends with a portal for more destruction. Overall, an exhilarating ride. Series 2 Golden Armor was a great expansion of the series. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the final one. So you're now wrap it up and reveal the winner for you.
Hang on, let me
This
just
is
do something. But just tell me what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Sultra, in my opinion, is just a book. Moving on from Sultra to my number 2, The Lost World with
Hang on.
Fresh Terror. Being my favorite. Now, is amazing. Madara, amazing. Eel, amazing. Control and Carnivora, good. Hellion, okay. Hellion is definitely the weak link of this series, but the story's amazing. All of the beats are amazing, all great, all good. And just overall, my favorite series. But as I said when I was talking about Series 7 and Series 5 interchange with my favorites very rapidly. Also, I feel like Series 7 is very sandwiched between the more commonly loved Series 6, which I can't agree with the love of Series 6, and the more commonly hated Series 8. So I will pass the stage on to it back with favorite piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Jack, it's your turn.
Okay. It's just Unknown was still he was still talking. Apparently on my screen he's still talking. Okay, he's put it down. Right, so if you see my video you can probably guess. My favourite series, first place, is Series 2, The Golden Armor, with Trillian the Three-Headed Lion. Not only my favourite beast of Series 2, but my favourite book of Beast Quest, because so far there's not been a beast that has come close to Trillian. Firstly, I will say, while I think Sultra has the best design of the series, I think it was unique to see a lion and have 3 heads. The abilities, though, the only one that really stuck out to me that made it really good was the thick hide, how no weapon can really injure it. And it was good to see Tom Nalena in the prologue. And I know some of you may say that Tagus was a bit useless, but I will say this far. There is a moment where they do get attacked by hyenas, and Tom does try to heal Tagus during the beginning. Hang on. They get attacked by hyenas, and Tagus sacrifices some of his now regained strength just to clear off the hyenas, so he's back to being injured. And he just tries his best. It just proves that even though Tagus is injured, he's still going to fight. And if I find a picture, oh, here it is. It might not pick up fully, but if I can just if you can see, there's Tagus and there's Trillian, how he's pointing his sword and he's still weak. And I will give Torgal some credit, because Trillian's fight literally just happened, so Tagus hadn't regained his full strength to fight Torgal. But I will say one of my biggest complaints about Series 2. I feel like it was a series that wasn't really necessary, honestly. Because Tom and Elena don't even know about the Golden Arm until Adoro tells them. And I did in the video, I did agree with Adam. It doesn't make sense for Claude to wear the Golden Chainmail, because Malvo could have just got it for himself. Because all it is just going back to get an artifact. It doesn't, I don't get it. It doesn't really have any effect upon the kingdom, because Tom and Elena didn't know about it in the beginning, and Taladon wasn't at this point around. It didn't affect the kingdom. It didn't affect anything to do with Avantia. The only thing that was really a threat was the beast. Well, all they were doing was guarding it, honestly. Wouldn't it make more sense at the end Trillian goes to try and attack the palace? Because Malvo wants to take over the kingdom. How is he doing that by just getting rid of the armor? Yeah, maybe when Tom's older he'll wear it, but I don't really get that, honestly. I feel like when it made more, yeah, he just tried to kill Adoro, but I think this series wasn't really necessarily. Sultra is second favourite, if you've seen my review. Really like Sultra. I like her best design and her siren call and how she can turn people to stone. Vipero third place. story is good. How Elena healed, I believe it was a woman or a girl, a person, and how Vipero heads can still be alive after. And I will admit something. Just before uploading the video, I did watch Adam's series 2 review because I was like, what was Vipero's ability again? Like, because I wanted to see him say, and I was like, oh, there we go. So Trillian's favorite, Zephyr, in my opinion, is the weakest. It's literally, he's like I said, he's more animal than beast, honestly. But we do get to see Sepron come and like squeeze him to death, as we get to find out. Claw, I'll be honest, Claw is okay. But I feel like the fight, it was literally, all it was Furno burning down the dark jungle and Claw surrendering. I also like how Series 2 leads into the Dark Realm. Series 3. Arachnid, I like how Tom and Elena woke up and there were literally spider's webs in the house, so Arachnid had been in there while they were asleep. And this is one of the early times Nanook is actually useful when she's fighting Arachnid, and how Adora lives to save Nanook, obviously, because in the other series she doesn't really do much. Caiman, nothing. Cronus, she sort of does it. Series 10. I think yeah, she didn't do anything against Tecton. All she did was punch a Valkyrie down, and that was it. And so Series 2 is my favourite. Great series. It's probably the most colourful. And I feel like it had a very colourful batch of beasts. And this will probably remain my favourite book and favourite series. So I really enjoyed this one.
Well, I well agreed. Before we carry on, though, I will say this 2 things, and that is 1, I pronounce it as lion because I prefer it that way, and 2, the whole chainmail thing. Adam got that from me. Go ahead, Adam.
Okay. So as the second person going to be revealing number 1, I am honoured to say that my favourite series of Beast, and maybe it's story perspective, I'm not sure, but mainly Beast, is actually the first season I ever had, and that's Series 7. Now, it might be a bit weird that I started off the series with Series 7, but you can tell just by the cover that I had it for a while. Carnivore is obviously my favourite, being a land and air beast at the same time, not to mention the heat breath, which I really like, and with how well she did in the Battle of the Beast tournament, I'm glad she made it to the semi-finals, because she deserves how far she... Second favourite is Year Unknown's favourite of Series 7, Crestor. Come on, it's got to be a good beast if it's a water-related beast to fight in the mountains. And also great ability, especially the head battering ram and the acid coming out of the spikes along the neck. Madara, third favourite. Beautiful beast, by the way, and a great running joke at the start of my channel with Madara just being outside my window. Little thing which I found hilarious. And Elic was, I originally called okay. I now, because I love my long-related beast, apart from Thoron from Series 17, but we'll ignore him for now. Convul is my 5th favourite of the series. Alligator or Crocodile, one of the... actually quite puts up a good fight, and I'm hoping we'll do much better in this tournament I'm hosting in a month or so. And hopefully not dying round 1, and not to come over. And Hellion is, of course, my least favourite of the series, but it goes without saying, he is going to be a tough beast in the tournament, and he's a tough beast for stop. He's made of fire. But with that out, there is other key reason why I love this piece.
Hang on.
They don't really built for, I guess. As I said, it's a water-related beast. Also in the mountains. Carnivora, not made for the wintry environment. That's Madara's. And I'd argue Convol's actually meant for the jungle. Whilst Hellion's meant for the desert. But yeah, I honestly love this series. I like the beasts have been forced in different areas that they're used to.
Yeah.
And that is why it's number 1. Moving on.
And of course, no surprise, we all know what's coming up next. All together, ladies and gentlemen, what is my number one?
Series 5, The Shade of Death. I was
At least
said
someone
that.
said it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So no surprise, Series 5 is my favorite, and it's easy understandable why. Bear in mind, first of all, I want to ask everyone this, because I figured this out since the get-go before they brought it up. When did you figure out the mystery, or did you even figure it out at all about Freya?
I think it was Rock, maybe.
Alright, so if he figured it around Rock, what about you, You're Unknown?
Pardon?
When did you figure out the mystery of Freya was his mother, or did you not figure it out?
I knew right from the get-go because before reading Series 5, like when I was on midway through Series 3, no, not Series, midway through Series 1, I got the first 8% of each blue, and I was reading and
You read out of order, okay. As for Adam, I think it took him a while.
I don't read out of order. It's just sometimes I read I've got sympathy. I'm very much a person who needs order.
Fair enough. What about you, Adam?
I did not realise the twist until after it was shown. Yet again.
Okay, mate, Adam.
Yeah, I didn't realise the twist. It seems like
yeah. Overall,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Okay.
I did actually think there was a big clue that did happen in Rock, which is why I was like, oh yeah, that's Tom's mother. And it's a bit weird how we're introduced to his father in Series 4, and then next series we're introduced to his mother. We're starting to learn more about his parents.
Well, about time we did. That also makes Talzon a sketchy kind of dude, because like he's sketchy there, which will also add some development for him in Series 12 and release. Figure out that he did have to do some bad stuff to beat. And you're probably wondering why I'm not holding a book up for this, is because I like all the beasts equally in this series. There isn't really a bad one to me. Crab is a very tough beast to go up against. Hawkeye is both beautiful and looks menacing, so I can see both ends of the side of the spectrum. And of course, Rock, very good. I do like all his movies and the rest of it. As he's a great Golem type beast. I did the Dwayne Johnson joke there, so overall they're great beasts as well. And he's very hard to beat in Battle of the Beasts. He is proving quite effective. And not to mention, of course, yeah, I know some of you don't like Holdo, but I agree with Jack on this. It was interesting for a nice change where you had being captured by humans. It was a nice change. It made Freya have to do more. Like she had to revive his powers to build it to him. It was a different thing. It was different than what you normally get. Like, oh, Tom goes in a quest, Tom goes speeds and fights it. But no, different change. Nice to break it up a bit. It's good. Sure, it may not work, but it was nice they changed and tried it. So props is good if that. Tremor. Tremor is savage. So I agree with you. You're a known. You picked a good one. There's a little thing there. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah. Anyway, though, I'll get to it. And of course, Amictus. No more needs to be said. A very great ending of Book Beast. And of course, the reveal of who Freya is. And the fact that Tom doesn't win this one. He loses. His mother gets away with the villain and he escapes. And it's basically, this series is basically, and if you've seen Star Wars, you know what I'm going to say. This is basically the Empire Strikes Back, where the heroes lose. So, it's the low blow. And just like Star Wars, it's where the characters learn that, no, I am your mother. No! And the villain gets away. Overall, Series 5 is very great. It is rereadable to the core. And thank you guys. We're officially done. This has been the ranking of the series. And just to wrap it up here, we will do our list once again to roll on down them. So I'll just do my and then I'll carry on to the others. Yep.
I haven't actually done my number one yet.
You haven't done your number one yet?
No.
Go ahead.
You might have to. Yeah, you might have to hurry because I have to go to bed. Actually,
Free the Dark Realm with Naga the Sea Monster. Now, I love series. It's my favourite since I first read it. Now, it's not the best in story and it's not the best in beasts. But when you have my favourite beast, my fifth favourite is Caiman, it's giving heavy bonus points, as well as I love the fact that they'll own Gorgonia. And just really, its environment. Like, the rainforest is pretty and scary at the same time. And that's what everything in this place will and can kill you. I love this series, and it's why I've stayed a Beast Quest fan for a while, because looking back on this gives me hope that some series are still in. I would definitely say some of the newer series, being Series 25 and Series 26, have created hope that there are actually going to be good. The last series I really enjoyed was Series 9. So,
Okay.
yeah, let's continue with what you were saying. I'm sorry for interrupting.
All right then. Well, guys,
Okay.
thank you all for watching. Hope you guys appreciate it. Jack, will you be signing out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for
we
having
will.
me on. It was great.
Yeah,
it was
no
great
problem.
seeing
We were
you.
going to do a recap of the list, but since you're short for time, we'll let you go. So Jack, you sign out, and I'll sign up the video for you. Donna says, "New fans here unknown. I thought you weren't going to get to know them." Yeah, yeah, we got there. It is a bit of a ramble that we get here unknown because he was a bit out of the list for some reason. Well, I do realize that when I got to meet with him, list.
All right, so I'll see you guys. And if
Bye, Jack.
Lovely
Jack.
collab.
If you ever do,
You.
if you're ever doing another collab, I'll be happy to join. See ya.
I don't know what's going to happen.
We'll
Okay,
keep
bye.
in touch.
Alright,
You
cheers.
comment on my videos all the time, so
All right, cheers. Bye.
Bye.
see ya.
And that will be it then, guys. We're officially done.
And then there were
By the way, now that Jack's gone, has the lag gone too?
Yeah.
I think it has.
So it was Jack then. Okay.
Well,
Don't know.
let's not blame him for that.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just wondering where the source was coming from. It's not him. It was probably his tech or the internet. I don't know. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming his equipment.
Yeah. Don't worry though, guys. If we're gonna just re-say each other's rankings, I was taking notes of everyone's rankings.
Oh, good. Since
be-
Jack left, could you say his first since he's not here?
Okay, so going from 13th to 12th, first place, we got Series 5, Series 12, Series 6, Series 11, Series 4, Series 1, Series 3, Series 7, Series 9, Series 8, Series 13, Series 10, and of course, his number 1 being Series 2.
Huh. Are you going to do that for everyone's? Or are you going to do it? Or is everyone else going to do this independently?
I'll do mine independently.
Oh, you got you. Oh, am I doing everyone's then? Okay. Okay, well, we'll go with mine now as I was next in the circle we were doing. My last place was Series 4, 12th was Series 6, 11th was Series 3, 10th was Series 2, 9th was Series 11, 8th was Series 12, 7th was Series 1, 6th was Series 8, 5th Series 9, 4th was Series 10, 3 was Series 5, 2nd was Series 13, and 1st was Series 7.
All right, you're unknown. Do yours.
My number 13 was Series 6, number 12, Series 4, number 11, Series 9, number 10, Series 11, number 9, Series 13, number 9, Series 13, number 8, Series 10, number 7, Series 8, number 6, Series 12, number 5, Series 1, number 4, Series 2, number 3, Series 5, number 2, Series 7, and number 1, Series 3.
I could be a dick and let Adam do mine for me, but I'm not going to be that harsh. And, of course.
I mean, I don't mind.
Oh, okay. Then since you're insisting on it, you get your wish. Have it over it then.
You can if you want, you can read your own list.
No. This is your idea. No. I was merciful. You broke that. So you go.
No. And go on, and it's your list, your ranking.
No,
your
no,
wins.
no, I
Go on.
insist. We'll be here all night, so I insist you get on with it. We're almost 2 hours in, so get on with it.
Okay, fine, then I will then. God, you're so bossy. First,
You started it. I was going to do it. I was going to let you go, and you decided to fight back. This is on you, Adam.
Do you want to do it?
No, no, I was going to do it, but then you fight. This is ridiculous. I'll do it anyway.
Signing off, guys. It's been lovely collaborating with you, and I hope we can do it again.
Yeah,
I hope so too, you and I.
It's been great dragging you into this list and this chaos.
I can't wait to watch it as a full-on YouTube video.
Yeah, 2 hours. Good luck with you. That being said, though, I'm going to end the stream here before Adam starts off again. But like I said, this is on him. So that's like always from me, Adam, and you, Unknown. Well, peace out.
And Jack Griffin.
Unknown?
Peace.